Meanwhile, Shukadeva Goswami says, Krishna was herding his cows with Balaram and his friends. And another Asura came to Vrindavan. In the morning, Keshi came, Akrura's on his way, and in the afternoon, Vyomasura arrives. Vyomasura means the demon who is like the sky, who can fly. Very powerful person. Incredible yogic magician. Although he had a gigantic Asura form, by his potencies, he transformed himself to look just like a very tiny little, simple-hearted, loving cowherd boy. And went to play with Krishna. That day, they played a game. Some of the boys took the roles of sheep. Others took the role of shepherds. That means people who take care of sheep. And other boys took the role of thieves. And the game was that the thieves were to try to capture the sheep. And the sheep were trying to get away from the thieves. And the shepherds were trying to protect the sheep. Very nice little game for children. And they're playing and they're laughing and they're joking and everything else. And meanwhile, Vyoma, he's not laughing and joking. He's very serious. He was stealing the little boys who were sheep. And instead of, like touching them and then they're out of the game, he was grabbing them and taking them. It explains in the Bhagavatam that they were playing this game on Govardhan Hill. Now, if you go to Kamyavan, there's Vyoma Gufa, the cave of Vyomasura. It's still there today. You can go and chant your japa in this cave. You can have kirtan in the cave. Vyoma was taking these little gopas and putting them in the cave. And then with a huge rock, he would seal the opening of the cave. So they were literally prisoners in a dark cave where there was no air circulation. And one by one, he was stealing all the boys, and there were many, many boys, and putting them all in the cave. Pitch dark. And soon Krishna saw that of all these cowherd boys, there was only 4 or 5 left. And he understood that this little Gopa, who seems so simple and innocent, is Vyoma. And his intention is to kill me and kill all my friends. So Krishna, he played the part of a constable. I forgot to tell you that part. Some of the boys were constables. The thieves were trying to catch the sheep. The shepherds were trying to protect the sheep. The sheep were trying to escape from the thieves, and the constables were supposed to catch the thieves. So Krishna played his role very nicely, and he caught Vyomasura. And little cowherd boy grabbed him and squeezed him. And Vyomasura understood that this is a very, very difficult situation. So he tried to escape Krishna's grip. But he couldn't. Then he resumed his original size. Massive, like a mountain he grew. And with all of his strength, he was trying to get away from Krishna's grip, but Krishna just holding on to him. He couldn't escape. And then Krishna picked him up and threw him on the ground. And Vyomasura lost all of his air, couldn't breathe, and was liberated. After doing this, as the demigods were showering flowers upon Krishna, he went to the cave and he broke with one movement of his hand, he broke the rock and moved it aside and brought all his friends out. Vyomasura represents falling into the trap of Maya through unfavorable association. Unfavorable association can come in many forms. That type of association that distracts us from pure devotional service. It could come in many ways. And it's interesting how Bhaktivinoda Thakur gives Vyomasura as the symbol, the personification of this. Because sometimes unfavorable association appears to be our best friends. In the sense, very pleasing. Vyomasura appeared like a cowherd boy, like Krishna's friend. When Maya wants to get us, she will present situations that you will enjoy so much if you do this. You'll be so happy. If you're with these people, you will enjoy so much and be so happy. And it might even really be good for your Krishna consciousness. Mahatsevam dwaram ahuravam oktes tamo dwaram yoshita sangi sangam. Rishabdev tells us in Bhagavatam that association with Mahatseva, service to great souls, and association with great souls is the door that opens the path to liberation. And associating with people who are too much attached to various distractions, people too much attached to their egos, too much attached to ideas that distract from faith in bhakti and the supreme absolute personality of Godhead, and our position as the eternal servant of the Lord. That association, like Vyoma, can create a great, great impediment to our spiritual progress. And Bhaktivinoda Thakur says, not only unfavorable association, but also too much attachment due to our false ego to our wealth, our knowledge, or our accomplishments. This is how subtle Maya can be. Even if in Krishna consciousness we accomplish great things, if we become proud of our accomplishments, if it feeds our egos, it's Vyomasura.